Oh my goodness! Let me set the scene for you. What started as a fabulous Hollywood Halloween party turned into an absolute nightmare when Diddy's sons decided to crash the festivities with revenge on their minds. And when I say revenge, I mean they were out for blood. Quincy, Justin, and Christian weren't there for the candy corn and costumes, darling. They had their sights set on one person, Ray J.
Forgives, but we don't forget, and there's no room for friends.
Child, let me tell you. If it wasn't for Chris Brown playing peacemaker, I know, the irony isn't lost on me, this confrontation could have turned into something straight out of a boxing match. And not the fancy kind. We're talking street-style throwdown.
Out of nowhere, Chris Brown hops out the car like a leprechaun out of the magically delicious sky, and honestly, he's starting.
Now, Ray J has been spilling some piping hot tea lately, and he dropped this bomb that had everyone's group chats blowing up. I'm not saying what's up to Puff like that ever again. But honey, that's just the appetizer in this full-course meal of drama. The secrets this man is holding on to, they could shake Hollywood harder than an 8.0 earthquake.
About that we've been knowing about?
Nah, they too young, like that. Like I moved.
Picture this scandalous scene at Tara Electra's Halloween bash. The music's pumping, everyone's in costume, having the time of their lives, when suddenly the atmosphere shifts faster than a weather change in Chicago. Ray J finds himself surrounded by not one, not two, but all three of Diddy's sons. Talk about a party foul.
Was it 2, 3, what?
I don't know, like 8.
Also, it was them at 8 and they tried to rush you for real.
Yeah.
Now, according to TMZ, and you know they don't miss a thing, these boys came with a mission, and they weren't leaving until they delivered their message. The party had barely wrapped up. We're talking those weird early morning hours when even the vampires are thinking about heading home, when they cornered Ray J outside. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a plastic party knife.
Hops out the car like leprechaun out of the magically delicious sky, and honestly, he's starting.
But hold on to your wigs because this tea is about to get even hotter. This wasn't just a one-time thing. These young men have been pulling up on Ray J multiple times. Why? Because apparently he's been running his mouth about their daddy dearest, and they are not having it. The family even released this emotional statement that had me reaching for my tissues. The past month has devastated our family. They're standing stronger than a concrete wall behind their father. And then Mama Combs, yes, the Janice Combs, stepped into the ring with her own statement that had everyone's jaws on the floor. She talked about this public lynching of her son, but here's where it gets interesting. Sugar. She admitted something that made me spit out my morning coffee. My son may not have been entirely truthful about certain things. The way I gasped. But child, let me tell you about what happened when Ray J sat down with the art of dialogue. The man was practically shaking with emotion when they showed him that footage of Diddy allegedly with Cassie in that Los Angeles hotel back in 2016. He was more disgusted than finding last month's leftovers in the back of your fridge.
Have we been knowing about?
Nah, they too young, like that. Like I.
Ray J didn't just spill the tea, he dumped the whole kettle. When he saw that hotel footage, his respect for Diddy vanished faster than my paycheck on a shopping spree. The man who once called Diddy a mentor was now calling for divine intervention.
And we're counting on him to be one of our leaders in a space that we're all trying to get to. That's not acceptable to do.
And honey, when I tell you Ray J made his feelings crystal clear, he said, maybe it's forgivable in a spiritual sense, but he emphasized that it's unforgettable. The way he said it, Chile, you could feel the disappointment through the screen.
Friendship and hanging out and supporting and being cool, it's like, it's done, and that's it.
Now brace yourselves for this next part because it's wild. Ray J straight up suggested that Diddy needed an exorcism. Yes, you heard that right. An actual exorcism. Called his actions demonic and everything. The shade was so thick it could block out the sun.
I don't know what kind of demon you are, but, somebody need to form an exorcism.
But Ray J wasn't done reading Diddy for filth. He predicted that while Diddy might keep his coins stacked, his Hollywood reputation is about as salvageable as a dropped iPhone without a case. Life in this industry goes on without certain people, he said. And baby, the way he delivered that line, it was colder than your ex's heart.
The public whipping.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's gonna get. It's the only way it's gonna be right with a public whipping. Like, you know, the whip.
And jury too.
Now here's where the plot thickens like your grandma's gravy. Ray J isn't exactly wearing a halo in all this. Let's talk about his connection to our girl, Wendy Williams. Poor Wendy's been fighting her battles since her radio days in the 90s, and now some folks are giving Ray J the side eye about his involvement.
Okay. I've never denied it. I just felt like in the promotional campaign to go so hard after you already kind of know what the song is about.
And then, like thunder on a sunny day, Stunna Girl drops this bomb about Ray J's alleged involvement in Wendy's struggles. She took to Instagram, because where else do you air your dirty laundry these days? With this scalding hot tea, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. The way my mouth dropped open.
You're like the kind of guy that you could bring him home to your mother and she would absolutely be charmed, but then he's also bad behind the scenes.
But wait, because this rabbit hole goes deeper than your mama's secret recipe box. The internet detectives have been working overtime, connecting dots between Ray J, Whitney Houston, and some very powerful players in the industry. Jaguar Wright came forward with allegations that'll make your skin crawl, saying Ray J was the last person to see Whitney alive.
Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot.
Then we found out Whitney had been beaten up before her death.
Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that she was beaten. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up.
And just when you think you've heard it all, a resurfaced interview shows Ray J actually admitting to using Whitney for clout. The audacity, the disrespect, the pure nerve.
Her, I was not happy. Right. Like, I was not happy. Right. It was the right thing. And I saw myself, like, I was like, yo, I'm on top of the world. Right. Look at all the people.
Of it all. Let's rewind this messy tape back to the early 2000s, when Ray J first crossed paths with Whitney. She was already touching the stars while he was just trying to get his foot in the door. Their relationship had everyone's tongues wagging and eyebrows raised to the heavens.
In my car way.
When Whitney tragically left us in 2012, Ray J played the role of the devastated friend so well, calling her his mentor and confidant. But was it all just another performance for the cameras?
I really miss my friend. You know, I really do. I'm still hurting.
Now, all this drama has put a strain on Ray J's relationship with his sister Brandy that's thicker than peanut butter. During his sit-down with Shannon Sharpe and Chile, this interview was emotional. He spilled about growing apart from his sister. You could literally see the pain written all over his face.
Brandy's goals, right, since the beginning have been totally different from
Yours.
Yeah, and lately even certain events that I think they've been having, I mean, I haven't got the invite, and I'm good with that. But I understand why.
So here we are, watching this Hollywood showdown unfold like a high-stakes poker game. Ray J's silence could be worth more millions than I can count on all my fingers and toes. But the truth? Baby, that's more precious than diamonds. And twice as dangerous. The question on everyone's perfectly glossed lips is, will Ray J finally open Pandora's box and let all those secrets fly? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain. Hollywood's darkest secrets are about to come to light. And that's the piping hot, freshly brewed, straight from the source tea, darlings. Who would have thought a Halloween party would unleash such chaos? This story has more layers than a wedding cake. Family drama, old wounds, betrayal, confrontations, loyalty tests, and secrets that could bring down some of the biggest names faster than a house of cards in a hurricane. One thing's for sure, this drama is far from over. The way these power players are moving, we might need to grab more popcorn because this show is just getting started. And remember, in Hollywood, the truth is always stranger than fiction, and the real monsters don't wear masks. They wear designer suits and million-dollar smiles. Woo! I need to fan myself after spilling all that scalding tea. What do y'all think about this mess? Is Ray J about to blow the lid off Hollywood's biggest secrets? Or will Diddy's sons make sure he keeps those lips sealed tighter than a jar of pickles? The suspense is killing me, and I'm living for every single second of it. Stay tuned, because something tells me this story is about to get even juicier than a Georgia peach in August. And that's the word on the street, honey. Straight, no chaser.